Today, we are cutting a pumpkin. Pumpkins are, of course, popular Halloween decorations in the United States. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Kayden Cameron from the very popular Cutting Techniques series. Kayden, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Now, let me ask you this. What sort of techniques do you think we're going to see in a cut of this scale?
Well, we're going to see a lot of jabbing. The pumpkin is famed in cutting circles for having a thick exterior skin, and he's going to need to pierce his way around both sides of this. Once we open up into the meatier center, we're going to get into a little bit more of a nuanced kind of cut.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems that he's using the jackhammer technique, which I understand is a favorite of yours, to make the initial puncture here along the outer shell.
He is, and this is a great example of the jackhammer technique. You can see him secure the pumpkin with the stem as he makes his way down the crevasse, which is going to naturally help open up the pumpkin for a really clean cut. You can see the bits start flying, and I don't want him to lose cleanliness here, but looks like he's doing his best to control it. If you take a look at the composure cam, looks like he's using a lot of energy, exerting a lot of force.
It would seem that he is using a little bit too much strength early on in the cut, and what remains to be seen is whether or not that will affect him later on. Continuing down along the first half of the pumpkin shell, you can see that the cut is quite straight, which is good. He's going to score good halving points for that, but the cleanliness, as you mentioned earlier, is lacking.
Do not like this one bit. He keeps slipping up with the spoon. You can see he can slip out of his grip. It's not going to be good for the style of the cut. And
let's take into consideration the amount of pain he must be in as he repeatedly slams his tight hand around the spoon into the side.
You can see his grimace on the composure cam. I am there with him, and I remember many cuts like this in my day. It can be painful, and it's taxing. Let's see him start on the other side here. He's coming down with a nice jackhammer, spinning the pumpkin to display it to the judges and the fans.
Now, the composure cam is a rather new addition to the judging criteria for a cut, and the way it works is you must stay within the zone of coverage of the composure cam.
Look at the rapidity with which he is striking the pumpkin with a spoon. That is really incredible.
The rate at which he's puncturing the pumpkin right now is simply outstanding. I've never seen a cut quite this quickly towards the end of a cut that's been this excruciatingly painful.
Don't want to lose accuracy here either. That could be a dangerous slip-up. Looks like it's starting to open up.
Looking at this pumpkin, what would you say the diameter is?
Oh, I'd say this pumpkin's at least 13.8 inches in diameter.
So this is much closer to the more difficult end of the pumpkin cutting scale.
Oh, it's at least an M5. I'm seeing a little red there on the bottom.
I am seeing that as well. I'm not sure what exactly that is. That appears to be
God.
Maybe blood? I don't think I recall seeing him injure his hand or do anything that would indicate that he is injured, as he's still plowing along.
He's still cutting. This is incredible. Oh my.
The perseverance that this cutter is showing is absolutely remarkable.
The blood?
Given the circumstance that he is bleeding badly, we are going to need a medic.
It almost appears as if the blood is pouring from within the pumpkin. I know that sounds ridiculous. Look, I've never seen anything like this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think pumpkins have blood in them. That's just not something I thought that was inside pumpkins.
You know, I'm not sure what to say. I've never seen anything like this. Look at he cuts to the bottom here. Oh my God, he's slipping.
I was not anticipating this cut becoming so graphic.
It's definitely violent. There's blood all over the board. Oh my God. Look,
He appears to be reaching into the pumpkin.
Have you seen something like this? Is there a medic down there? Can we get someone on the...
The amount of blood is increasing exponentially at this moment.
Our younger viewers may want to look away.
He may have sliced an artery, perhaps in his wrist. I can't exactly say what he's doing now.
Oh, dear God.
His facial expression seems to be indicating nausea.
The seeds are covered in blood.
It would seem that the pumpkin was filled with blood.
That is just horrible.
Cutter seems to be rather scarred, as am I. And he's shaking.
There.